for anyone else who wishes to join. So coming back to today's agenda. Hold on. That's all I want to say. Speak. Don't all start speak all together, no? Eh? It's United States. No, it's British. British people invented this. Yeah, see? Does anyone else want to join? I have very few people online with me right now. When I say few, there's just 10. Adam, Saisoman, Johanna, Anna Kazakova, Larissa. Larissa, why are there two of you? One is Laurie. Oh, must be someone else then.
Because, no, it's still me. Because for some reason, I can't chat on my computer. And I do it like through my phone. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have your, you don't have your headphones on.
I'm about to find them right now.
All right. Okay. Another one. Look at now. All right. I didn't expect to see such a little crowd. Okay, what I'm going to do is first keep this on. And today we're going to discuss the report a little more in detail. And we kind of did that last time too, but I wanted to reiterate what the report was about. And also to reiterate the fact that you must submit on the committed deadline. I cannot prepone the deadline because you guys will kill me if I do so. Okay, but I received an email from Sarpax that once our last session is over, I should receive the grade within the week or so. So I will try to negotiate with her and say that I actually give them an extended deadline because they had exams and everything. So that means my commitment to giving you your grades has to be very quick. I keep hearing this noise, but no one's showing up in the lobby. You know? If you are able to chat, feel free to do so. Okay, and you can send your question that way. If you want me to look at your drafts for you, I'll be more than happy to look at your drafts. Okay. Or when you have any questions, what I'm going to do for the question part, I'm going to go through the participant list one by one. Since there are not many of us, there are 12 of us. Okay, so I can say, let's say I'll go, like Adam, do you have a question? Hello? Someone say something? No?
No one said anything.
Oh, I thought I heard a hello. Okay, so I can go like Adam, then I can go like Saisaman, Charles, Johanna, Anna, Larry, Lohit, and so on and so forth. Anyone who has a question, so we'll go one by one. If you don't, you can just be silent. And when I come to your name, then we announce it because, well, here we don't have the function we have in Blackboard Blackboard, there's a function called raising hands, but I don't know if you guys have it. Do you have that function called raising hands in here?
That's only on Zoom, I think.
That's also on Blackboard. Blackboard has that function because I don't let anyone talk.
I don't think it has that option here.
No, I don't think so. I can make you guys what you call it. Make an attendee. That means you will be no longer a guest. That means, what does this mean? Make an attendee. Where's Larissa? Going to make an attendee. So you will be the main presenter, I think. I don't know. Maybe. Change who can present. This will affect who can share content as well as who can mute people, remove people, and admit people from the lobby. So that can help, actually. Oh, someone just left. Anyways, please wear your headphones. Your voice echoes into your mic. So I don't want that effect. And generally speaking, in your settings for your microphone, Harpreet Singh. Okay, here we go. Generally speaking, there's a setting. I don't know about MacBook. I honestly don't. Okay, but I know for Windows you have a setting in your sound that you can actually set up your mic, and it can actually help you. Like, what's the word? Let laptops do that? No, general, whatever. Not here. It's actually from the sound setting from control panel. Let me just share my screen. Screen. Okay, so if you go into sound, and this opens up, and then you have recording, your microphone. Please don't worry about all these things. I have a snowball microphone. I have my camera microphone, and I have my actual microphone from my headset. So I'm using this one. Going to properties. Okay, listen, level, advance, enable audio enhancements. What was it? General part. Usually the configuration part. Oh, I forgot where it was. I don't remember. Whatever. Sounds, communication, playback. Usually it depends on your microphone. It's detail. I can't find a way you mute everything, but I think usually it's in Realtek sound. I don't know if you have a Realtek board, but I have a Realtek board. Audio manager. And over here, you can actually set the device to not echo. This is microphone boost, set default device, and yada, yada, whatever. It depends. Sometimes it gives you that option that if background noises can be eliminated. Oh, which reminds me, I didn't turn on my equalizer. Equalizer. Why doesn't it show up? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Duh. Hopefully my sound effect should change. That's on. Okay, I'm not going to wait any longer. Let's talk about the report. And I hope the screen is pretty tad big enough for you guys to see. Yeah. F11. So our report was about analysis and reframing the 4 Ps of marketing for an existing fashion retail brand with regards to coronavirus, okay? And this report is twofold. One is the current analysis, what they have done up to the point of the coronavirus issue, and after who's joining? Guest, joining as guest. Mr. Guest, who are you? Oh, Miss Guest, you can use your microphone to tell me. They have a guest. No idea. No sound from them. Is there someone named Guest in the lobby? Oh, they're leaving. Thank God. Bye. We still don't have that many people. 14. So you're tasked by let's say your manager, to analyze the current 4Ps of our client. The client is our fashion retail brand. And to create recommendations for reframing the strategy of 4Ps to help them out in this time of coronavirus issue. Okay. Since most of you are just first-year students, I recommend the following. Okay, I don't want to be harsh on those who might be just beginning out in marketing, but it is a first-year class. Okay, so talk about the value proposition, target market, positioning statement, and the differentiation factors. What is a value proposition? Simply state what is your offer. When we say the offer, remember we don't sell products and services. We sell value, or we exchange value, and value consists of sum of all benefits. Benefits are functional, tangible, intangible, emotional, spiritual, whatever you want to call them. They're the culmination of all these. And then what is a target market? We can have different target markets, but we can generalize if you want. We can have 2 or 3 different target market. Never say it's the mass market, even though it's a fashion retail brand. Remember, Primark also has different target markets it's going after. Zara has different target markets as well. I've got to switch on my camera because I'm about to blow my nose. Yeah. Then positioning statements is kind of like your value proposition. But position statement, it could be different for every sort of, I would say, generically speaking, could be different for different target markets. But a value proposition is just simply the offer, and positioning statement is how they want to be seen. Okay, you can highlight those with maybe advertisements or their promotional scheme or their stores and outlets, whatever you want. You can show that this is how they're positioning themselves. A statement doesn't have to be in words. It can be a physical structure. It can be a cliche as well. And finally, the differentiation factors, which are basically your product itself. How does it differentiate itself? The service, how does it differentiate itself? Zara's products are basically what we call high-end fashion, copy, pasted, and they're being sold as fast fashion. Starbucks is coffee, but they focus on the service of the coffee. That's a differentiation factor they're going after. It could be the channel they're serving it from. Like Amazon just sells online, the channel is really powerful. There's a differentiation factor. It could be an image, right? Like, for example, the image of Zadig and Voltaire versus Zara. Zadig and Voltaire is more punk or rock, and Zara could be more chic. And then people who represent the brand as well. Okay, for example, Nike Air Jordans are represented by Michael Jordan, who is a basketball player, very successful at that. So that's also part of a differentiation factor. I want to see customer profiles, okay, at least 2 of them. When I say at least, you can have at least 4. That doesn't matter. But a perception map comparing the positioning of the brand with main competitors on 2 dimensions, okay? If you want to know what a positioning map looks like, let me show you one. You can simply draw it out on, let's say, PowerPoint if you want. Okay, it's not that difficult. Usually, students and first-year students, they use only 2 paradigms. Let's take, for example, for cosmetics. Okay, I'll just make this larger. Hope that's visible. I'll just put my headphone back in my ear. So this is a positioning map based on the y-axis. You can see it's high utility and performance to low utility and performance. Basically, the usage and performance. That is up to you to decide according to the perception, which is the most important to the consumer. What factors are the most important? Usually, people put 2 factors. They put either functionality and they put pricing. Okay, and usually that's basically it. Benefits versus cost. So Dior is very premium and it's not high in utility, but Yves Saint Laurent is high, somewhat medium in utility, but very premium. L'Oreal is somewhere rated between mid-utility and mid-price, okay? Avon, I don't know how to pronounce it, is pocket-friendly. Pricing is much more lower and affordable, and it's low utility. But this is the perception of the consumer, okay? You can make different ones too. If I would like to complicate your life, I would, but you can use this. However, I made a recommendation to my students in the MBA that I don't want to see this. So I thought I'd share that with you as well, okay? let me show you an Excel, which is we call a spider diagram, okay, or web diagram. I don't know if you've heard of it. So we were talking about customer perceptions, and usually people could have 5 points of parity, meaning of comparison. Let's take a brand like Zara versus, let's say, Mango versus, I don't know, Zara, Mango, that's all on H&M. Okay, and let's say it's about price is the major concern, and how, what do you call it, chic it looks, dated. Let's give it another 2 points. Promotions, promotional deals, and maybe even on delivery. Okay, delivery means they deliver to your house or doorstep. Is that how fast is it? So let's say we rate all of these from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, which is 1 is the lowest, 10 is the best. So pricing, Zara is, according to consumers, is an 8. Chicness is 7. Sophistication is 6. Promotion is 7. Delivery is 5. And I'll just randomize over here because I don't really give a damn. So what I'm going to do is equal to rand between, I'm sorry I'm doing this, but I don't care. 1 to 10. So I'm just generating numbers. So for the sake of examples, okay. Control V. All right, so Control C or SV values. So I'm going to make a spider diagram based on multiple perception points. Okay, how do I do that? I should have a Bob Ross voice. Nothing's an accident. All are lovely accidents. So we go into insert. We have these charts. Okay, lines, win, loss, and blah blah blah. And I want you to add, where to go? No, not this one. Not this one. I can't remember where it was. Aha. It's in the waterfall, funnel, stock, surface, radar. Okay. You can have radar like this, radar with markers, or radar like this, but I will go with this one. Okay. This is your multiple perception chart in a way. Okay. Instead of just on 2 dimensions, I'm going to increase the size, show you. All right. You can even change the color if you want to. But I'm just sticking here for the moment. Okay. These are the points of parity. You can see from 1 to 10, 1 to 10. And it doesn't matter, but you can see that Zara is in blue, Mango is in yellow, and H&M is in gray. And you can see that mostly that the chicness is very close to each other. But where they differ, Zara differs from Mango and H&M is in the basis of pricing. Their pricing is much more attractive. And compared to delivery, Mango is very good. But promotion-wise, all 3 are very close. So these are also perception maps in a way. I prefer doing this one. You can if you want to, but if you find it complicated, don't do it. Go for the double dimension one, okay? Functionality versus pricing. That's okay too. Okay, usually positions are based on that. But this is something you should learn. And why not? You know, I mean, I could teach you that. When I can teach you something, why wouldn't I? Right? So coming back, anyone joining in? No. You guys want to hear some background music? God, tomorrow I think Ramadan is starting. So is there any Muslim person online with me? Nah. Ghulam Moeddin, yeah. Ghulam, are you still in Paris? If you are, you're going to have a nice time here. It's going to be pretty difficult managing your timing in France. By the way, you can use your microphones to talk back, okay? So customer profiles. I don't know if I discussed customer profiles with you, but do you know how to make a customer profile? Well, don't spend too much effort in making a customer profile. Once again, you can Google that. I have a format, but every student who uses this format just copy paste it. And it kind of drives me nuts. Okay, within the custom positioning map, I would actually, let me just open up Excel again. Here's a customer profile template that I've been using for some time. Okay, so I just erased a picture a bit. And it's based on these profiling criteria. And just remove this. I can download this again. It's all B2C. So I've put the yellow out. We demerge this. This doesn't allow me to do this. Make it nice and clean. Happy friend.
Wait, so you want us to use this template, or like it's just an example?
It's just an example. It's just an example. We should all be happy friends. I'm trying to do my Bob Ross thing. It's not working out. Should I do my Bob Ross thing, or is it too creepy? We all could use a friend. Wait, hold on. Just give me a minute. And what I'm doing is arranging them in a way that it's nice to see. Okay? Better. I'm sorry about the yellow color. I'm going to remove it. Looks horrible. Yeah, better. Okay, so we have 4 factors when it comes to creating a customer profile. Those are demographics, psychographics, behavioral, and geographics. Geographic can also be called environmental. And over here, they highlight some of the features. Okay, only some in terms of B2C. I removed the B2B part. Okay, such as age, income, marital status, education, gender, and so on and so forth, or occupation. Psychographics, like I said, how they think are attitudes, interests, and opinions, lifestyles, and all those things, values like brand preferences, price sensitivity, are they conservative or liberals, are they environmentally friendly, what hobbies do they have, and so on and so forth. Behavioral is their consumption patterns, okay? How frequently do they buy something? At what level do they consume it? Expert level, basic level. You know, when you drink coffee, what intensity of coffee do you drink? Or do you drink decaf? Or do you drink intense or mild? Do you drink coffee black? Do you have it with milk and sugar or cream? Or are you one of those girls that goes to Starbucks and orders a milkshake and calls it a frappuccino? No offense to anyone. I'm just trying to keep the spirit alive here. So it's your purchase history, where you go for shopping, where means which store, and what sort of maybe loyalty cards you have, and so on and so forth. Environment, so of course your geographic country of residence, the political climate, the pastel part, the economic situation, the currency, and all those. And with this, you can form a profile. So what I told my students in my MBA is when you make this profile, I want a justification. Okay, forget the online value proposition part. Okay, how is it this woman, who I'm targeting to sell this financial software to, how can I attract her to my website? So or to my business. So even if I were to make this again, I can understand or study the fashion retail person, but I don't have to write all of these. I can just find out maybe the 3-4 interesting criterias for the customer profile and give them a name. Like Kelly, I'm targeting 25,000 Kellys to come to my website and become interested in my course and make a purchase. And she kind of looks like this. I kind of changed the picture because I said, you can put this guy's picture, whatever. Just giving a name and a face is nice. That's a customer persona. You can even just write here, customer persona, and images will pop up. What does a customer persona look like? And there are many different ones out there, but you can take help. It doesn't have to be very complicated, okay? Let's see, where was the other one? HubSpot one, I can't find that. Here's multiple customer personas. Buyer, user, it doesn't matter because they might be using a website. What are their goals for using? Brian is looking for a software product that will boost the team's productivity. The motivation is to decrease the time spent. Frustrations, they have a low ROI. So these two are customer personas, how you want to label it. But, there's no guy called Brian, Christina, or Kevin, all right? It's just putting a face to a name, and that name is an identity for the marketing team to understand that this is who we are targeting. We could be targeting an Abdullah who's Abdullah? Abdullah is Arabic fellow who's between the ages of 16 to 21, loves to play FIFA, PS4, smoke shisha, has his dad's Audi to drive in with his chauffeur, and usually spends time with his male friends, has no girlfriend, but generally likes to be sporty. We can target people who could be a young couple. We call them a young empty nest. They're married, living together, but no children. Generally speaking, they like socializing a lot on the weekends. They're currently looking to get promotions in their jobs and so on and so forth. But these profiles comes with their motivation and goals. What could be the reason that people shop at Zara? Or what could be the reason they shop at Mango or Zadig & Voltaire or Chanel and so on and so forth? Just like when I see in private schools, generally the public, they wear clothes that are a little more expensive. Most people have Balenciaga shoes, or in 4 or 5 years ago, most of the French kids were wearing Abercrombie and Fitch or Hollister or Gap, and they're like, that was a cool stuff. So everyone has a motivation to do so. What do you think is the motivation behind it? Okay. So I want to see customer profiles, perception map positioning with the brand and the main competitors on 2 dimensions, such as price and benefit. You can have more. You can have more if you want. Analyze the product line, okay? And I do mean analyze it. Don't tell me what they are. Explain from the point of view of marketing. Who are they meant for? What do they provide? The target market? Any recent news about the product regarding this? So a product line for Zara could be the men's category, the female category, the children category. Within that, they have different, they also serve accessories, underwear, t-shirts, formal clothing, or you can just put casual clothing, formal clothing, and accessories. That's fine too. Some stores don't offer that, like Celio only offers casual clothing for men, but they have Celio Club that offers formal clothing as well. They separated it, okay? So I don't know why they did that, but Celio's general positioning statement is, informal wear. Okay, casual wear. Their competition is mostly Dockers, I suppose. So their product line consists of mostly jackets, t-shirt, Bermudas, and stuff like that. So why would they have that? What could be the benefit? Think and analyze as best as you can, okay? Or talk about their recent product. Let's say certain clothing lines have received negativity, backlash from environmentalists, because when you wash the clothes or fast fashion clothes, the threads, they deplete into the water and they pollute the marine life and so on and so forth. You can talk about those things. Or anything new. Maybe they're talking about sustainable goods or how they're creating new categories of vegan leather and things like that, where they don't hurt the environment, or they use technology which colors clothes using less water. They use that, I think, in Zara. The jeans that they produce uses 90% less water than before. I'm not sure, though. Okay, analyze the pricing scheme. Figure out what they're using, value-based or cost-based pricing. For example, I think Zara uses competitive pricing. Okay, they are not too expensive from H&M. Just maybe a little above H&M, but Mango is almost the same. When I go to Celio, the shirt's a little more expensive than Zara's. And so they may be using competitive pricing, but that's for you to analyze. Maybe Zadig and Voltaire or Gap are using premium pricing. Okay, and even Balenciaga or Gucci and all, they're trying to come into the same market, trying to be more casual, or I wouldn't say casual, be a little more towards the mass market, but their pricing is still very luxurious. But they're not called luxury marketing still. I would consider them premium pricing. Or you can go for even low-end fashion brand, even like Primark or Laal, and you can say they're doing what I think Celio actually does is everyday low pricing. Celio has a promotion every month on jeans, on sweaters, or whatsoever, every month. You can go for that as well. But you have to discuss and justify what you think they are using that. Or do you think their pricing could be higher, or should it be lower because it's not attractive enough? Okay. Discuss their channel strategy with regards to how convenient it is or isn't for the target market to acquire the product. Do you use multi-channels such as online stores, apps, and retailers? Simply put, just tell me how their stores are decorated. Abercrombie & Fitch is lightly dimmed Celio is bright. Okay, H&M is bright. Zara uses bright lights too, but yellow bright lights. But that's for you to analyze. Now that we have the coronavirus thing, you can analyze prior to you being there and being familiar. How were they in the city? How do you think they might have been in the suburb? Do they have larger stores outside the city? And so on and so forth. Discuss their promotional mix if you can, maybe how they advertise, how they do the sales promotion, and how they communicate their benefits to their target market. And this is the part about what you call channel strategy and promotion strategy is pretty easy. You will then provide recommendations on only the 4 P's of marketing. Okay, nothing else. No need to change the value proposition, customer segments or positioning, nothing like that. So you will now give recommendations and maybe perhaps do a little research, which would really make me happy because I'm giving you guys ample time. Research what do you think works best. There's so much research out there, I swear to you. And I want to see how you have to let go of your naivete. Okay, you have to show me your maturity now. You must prove to me that you are mature marketers. And the reason for this is to give you that push. You can say you want to go into finance, but even a finance guy needs marketing. You can say you want to be a dentist, but even a dentist needs to attract a person to come to their, what do you call a dentist cabinet? But cabinet médical, as I say, So don't think in those terms that marketing is a department. Marketing is everywhere. Okay, it's around us. We have to market ourselves constantly. We have to market ourselves to other people we want to be friends with too, or don't want to be friends with. They can be like, oh, I don't want to market myself to you. Yeah, that's permission marketing in a way. So product strategy, 100 words average. Think about changing the product line to suit the current demands. I'm only saying to think. I'm not recommending, okay? You can think about other things too on the product line. Maybe you can say, I don't think they need to change the product line, but maybe bring down the pricing a bit. Maybe offer something like facial mask. I don't know. Or maybe adjusting the brand line to a different mindset. Pricing strategy, once again, 100 words. Think about adjusting a price to match the economic situation of the target market. As you can see, prices of certain things is falling and prices of other things is increasing day by day. I just saw yesterday that organic tomatoes in France have increased, but their prices increased by 25%. So if they were $1 for a kilogram, now they're $1.25. Doesn't sound too much, but it is a lot, significant increase. And think about maybe the pricing of clothing. I'm getting so many promotional deals from clothing all the time because people are not going out, they're not buying, and it's hurting the economy. The GDP has gone down in France by 6 points, and that's a lot. That's really harmful. The growth slowing down like that, not good at all. Promotion strategy, think about the mentality and how you can strengthen your relationship with current customers or even winning over new ones. Think about maybe market penetration. You're still at home. How would you market to people who are still at home? Maybe sell them pajamas. I don't know. Formal pajamas. I don't know. That's why I ask my students to keep their cameras off because I don't want to see something that I don't want to see, or you don't want to show me something you don't want others to see. There has been embarrassing situations I've seen online, and I told the teachers, everyone, if you're going to do a Zoom meeting, Blackboard, or whatsoever, first of all, tell your students to keep their cameras off and verify if their cameras off. Number 2, make sure their microphones are muted, okay? Number 3, make sure your room is closed, and you don't want someone to walk in embarrassingly as well. Because it's your home environment. Recently, they also found out that Zoom has a lot of vulnerabilities, and I'm not in favor of Zoom. I'm okay with Microsoft Teams, but YouTube was a little much more better for me. But this is good too. Then play strategy. Think about new ways to create conveniences for your customer. All right. The report should follow the structure, simple title page, table of contents, executive summary. An executive summary is basically half to 3/4 of a page of your entire report. Don't write your executive summary right away because you have nothing to write about. Finish writing your report, summarize your report in 3 parts, in 2-3 paragraphs, and then put it up there. The executive summary talks about what your idea was, what was your analysis, and what was your conclusion, very briefly, so executives, managers, or investors, shareholders can read it quickly to understand what the report is about. It's still very useful. For researchers, we call it an abstract. And business, we call it executive summary, not to be confused with the word sommaire. Sommaire in French means table of contents. That's different. So I want you to also number your pages properly. Okay. And I will show you some techniques on how to write a report nicely, formatting it. By the way, you can also download report formats on Word, you know that? Okay, so there should be an introduction to the company where you have value proposition and the segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Discuss the current 4Ps, give your recommendations, give a brief conclusion to your work, and don't forget, I will never give you a good grade if you don't provide references. You must put a bibliography. Your style can be MLA, or APA, or whatever you want. But if it doesn't have references to what you're talking about, no grade. And I'll show you where you can get, what do you call it, those citation generators to, I would say, generate those bibliography as well. Any other data you collect, such as graphs, charts, or maybe pictures or advertisements, video links, you can also put them in the appendices at the back, okay? I would like to see those things. Remember that number of word is just an average, so but try not to exceed the number of words per category. It is just to get you an idea how much to write. The deadline is 3rd of May. Let me show you how to write. Word is open. Now, you see, usually on Word, I don't care if you use Pages or Doc, but in Word, there's something very interesting. And I love you. And all of you have access to Word, by the way. You have an Office 365 account with your ABS email. You can download Microsoft Office and log in just by going from here, where'd it go? Account. And then you can log in with your own account, but I'm using Hotmail at the moment, doesn't matter. So when you write a paragraph, let's say referring to Zara, in 2000, Zara launched their new category of, sorry with the spelling, a new category of affordable fast fashion deals for women called the TRF, which has been, positively received by their current demographic, current target market, whatever. I'm just babbling, current target market. I wrote this. However, where's my source? I can use citation. Citation, let's say I picked up this source from CNN, okay, and who wrote this article was, let's say, I don't know, Tim Wolf wrote this. So Wolf, 2000. But why I say 2000? Because the article was published. Now, this is called in-text. This is in-text citation, okay, so I'm going to highlight this for you. In text citations. All right. Then in the bibliography, you're going to write these things. Now, you can use any format, MLA, APA, Harvard, whatever you're comfortable with, Harvard referencing style. But I think most of you might be familiar with MLA if you've studied with Daniel Rocavina. APA is very difficult. But generally speaking, what I want is the title of the article you researched, okay, the author of the article, the publishing date, published date. The date of publication would be better. Sorry, the date of publication and the source material. Where's it coming from? Or the medium, all right? So I'm going to put this down for Mr. Tim Wolf. So he wrote an article, let's say, Zara bags new customers with its TRF scheme. This is the name of the article. by Mr. Tim Wolf, T. Wolf, dated 2000. I don't care what month, it doesn't matter to me, on CNN. And then, if necessary, I can put the URL if I want. Okay, so I can say the URL is www.cnn.com/op-eds op-ed /wolf let's say, was it October 2000? I'm just making up a URL, okay?
Do you want the date the date?
Sorry?
Do you want the day we access the website?
No, I don't want the date of the access of the website, just the date of the publication date. Now, I will show you how you can do this. So this is in-text citations. Boom. Okay, and this is the bibliography here. Hope that's visible to all of you. Because when it gets recorded, it's such a horrible format. Okay, all right. Now what I can tell you is to go to citation generator.
Yeah, that's what I usually use.
Yeah, citation machine or citation generator. So I'm going to go pick up an article from CNN. Okay, that's probably something about Donald Trump. Oh my God, biggest mayor appears to offer city's control group for, no, I want to look for, let's say, style. Everything's so depressing. I want to get out of this. Highway, the virus is only, okay, great, more. Is that a dude? Oh, okay. London's Fashion Week to go as gender neutral. Oh, okay, so I better shut my mouth. Stuck inside, use plants to revitalize your home. Sure, where would I get my plants from? All right, so here, you see this? This is the article name. All right, I'm gonna, but it's gonna be difficult for me to paste everything. So what I'm gonna do, this is updated, this is the publication date, and editor's note written by Karina Sui of CNN. To make my life easier, I'm gonna take the URL, copy it, okay, go to citation machine and said, I only want to create a citation, boom. And let's say I'm going to select the MLA format, all right? I don't even know what MLA stands for. Do you know that? And then I'm going to autofill, no, sorry, not autofill, but I'm just going to copy paste the link here and try it out. Here we go. It's made me something in MLA format, all right? I can try out other things in APA format too. Manual entry mode, site chapter. Oh, it's for books. Sorry, no, sorry. Magazine website. All right, my bad. There we go again. I guess the date is not showing up because it's not picking it up properly. But this is the easiest way to do it. Okay, copy paste from here. Go back to your report and paste it here. There's your citation. But what's it missing? It's missing, what do you call it? That's the link. It's missing the publication date. Just put the publication date as 2021. Oh, sorry, 2020.
That's APA format.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter as long as these things are there. The date, the article, title of the article. Generally speaking, some students are, they use Harvard, some use MLA, some ask me for APA. So I said, whatever floats your boat, man, but at least there's an in-text citation and there's this. At the end of the day, what I want to see, because I will be using a plagiarism software called Urkind. Have you heard of Urkind?
No, I've heard of Turnitin though.
Turnitin is also like Urkind. So we have access to that. Sarpak said that the students can submit it directly to you, and then I can just email it to them. So there are, okay, but the thing is, most of you might be worried. I said, how do I know my material is not going above the plagiarism rate? I have a site for you. You can use either Grammarly, but I also use this DupliChecker. Okay, DupliChecker, as you can see right over here. And it's much more convenient for me than to use Urkund, because Urkund gives you such a huge report. So I can act lazy and I just use this. But it uses a 1,000 word limit, okay, per search. So sometimes when students submit work to me and I can check right here, you probably have to do this 2-3 times. You can copy paste or you can choose a file that is your choice. Okay, but most of you are copy pasting from, I would say, websites. And I've caught, I'm not joking, last semester, Larissa, and principal management, more than a dozen cases. And I'm not talking about like half a dozen, I'm talking about like 14, 15 cases of plagiarism. And I started crying. And I said, this is incredible. How stupid do you think I am? Some of them I didn't even check. I just knew they weren't plagiarized. And I said, if I put this with the software, it came out really large. So let's say, should I actually pick up a report? That wouldn't be nice, actually, because I can't show that to you. But okay, maybe maybe I'll pick up a student's report.
You could choose a really good report, like as an example.
Yeah, that's the thing. But then I will have to show you the name that's on there. Okay, what the hell? Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll show you a student that is not from my school. I mean, not from ABS, maybe from PSB, International Business. I have to do this anyways. The final report. The one I would trust would be Amanda. Yeah, I trust Amanda. She's hardworking. But there's too much. Okay, so I don't know how many words these are, but I'm just gonna copy paste. Actually, I'm gonna download the file. Is it downloading? Did I download it? I don't know anything. Click to load. Have it. Okay. Oh, maybe this is better. Okay, this is better. Sorry, this is going to take a bit. Oh, seriously, I couldn't copy paste properly. Aha. Copy. Let's see how many words these are. It could exceed the limit by 184. So I'm going to just skim something off the top. Okay, like this part from here. This region. This should be enough. Still, even though, yeah, this should do it. Okay, 983 words. I'm just showing you, I mean, you can do it bit by bit. And once and to see, the thing is, these things are there. I left them there so we can check plagiarism. We'll give it a minute. It's going to load. So start running. And I'm just scrolling down. Maybe you can see in the background here. Just maybe in the background, it says unique and plagiarized. I don't know if you can see it. It's very dim. Like my mind. God, I need more coffee. I have a torticolli for like past 3 days. How I got it is even more amazing. I sneezed so hard, I think I jerked my muscle in my shoulders. Yes, okay, there's 2% plagiarism. Yeah. It's going to take some time, 26% unique. Well, if it's below 15 to 20% plagiarism, the thing is, on the left-hand side, it showed me the plagiarism context. I mean, sometimes just the titles of something are pasted, and then it shows you the rate of plagiarism per sentence, paragraph, and so and so. That's the same thing what Urkund and Turnitin does for teachers, because sometimes you can have a plagiarism of 20%. And when you go and check everything, it's just 1% below, and it makes no sense. It just drives you nuts. All right. So we said ignore it. But sometimes I've seen students get 40% plagiarism, and all of the plagiarism, they justified it with their citations, and I was like, where is it copied from? So the software itself is dependent even on the submissions of the report. So if multiple students are doing the same topic, there will be a high amount of plagiarism. So they would say in a school like Coventry, the second submission allow for a plagiarism rate of 40% because it's going to be separated into groups, or they're going to be separated individually from the group, so they will be repeating their first part. So to tackle that issue, teachers have to go through everything and we know, okay, so it's 10% plagiarism. Let's see. Plus, these guys are first-year students like you. I do know there will be some rate of plagiarism, but if it's like 20% above, I'm like, oh, that's unforgivable. So it's 83% unique. For me, I'll let it go. I can stop here. Okay, 88%. And right at the bottom, it shows similarity. This one, okay. And where's the similarity? Here. It's just one sentence, but I can probably let it go. One sentence here, one sentence here. Maybe she probably wasn't able to paraphrase it, rephrase it, but in this ideology, I let it go generally because she also put down citations, but that's fine too, okay? However, I discourage writing like this. I highly hate things like this. It shows that you become lazy. And truth be told, and some of you have taken class with me in principles of management, the whole idea of writing a report is to let your thoughts flow into a structure and then nothing becomes copied. You heard it from somewhere, but you're not singing a song, you're not singing a cover. I want to know your thoughts. And the best way I can train someone to become a business manager is to let them structure their thoughts objectively. If you copy paste, then I have failed. Okay, truth be told, that's the whole point of not copy pasting. It's like, what are your thoughts and analysis? You read 2 different reports and you try to analyze them, piece them together, and give me an answer. Okay, for example, if I show you the comparison between Zara and Mango, you ask me generally as a consumer, hey, what do you think is the difference between Zara and Mango? I'll be like, hey, I don't know, man. Zara is kind of cool and Mango is kind of okay too. That's not the answer I want. If I'm a marketer, I will never answer that way. I will structure my thoughts. I say, well, Zara is mostly chic clothing. It's for a younger audience. Mango could be generally for a young audience too, but maybe it pales in comparison to its chicness. However, both have the same affordability, both go for the same promotion, but I think Zara goes for more casual, informal clothing, more for a night out with the friends, and whereas Mango goes for sophistication or maybe for formal wear for daily life and you have to go to work. And that's a better structured answer, okay? And I can, of course, drill further into it. This is how I want to read your report. Now, I don't want your life to become tough when writing these things down, but I want you to use your brains, okay? Think critically, think objectively. You're not a philosopher. I've given you a structure, okay? And, oh, well, there's another structure here. Yeah, I gave these guys a structure too. So here's your structure. And I even told you the number of words I want. Okay, if you count the words, I think they're in general like 1,500 maybe. I don't know. 200, 100, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 approximately, right? It could be even 800 words. I don't mind. But I want it to be well structured because I'm going to take an objective decision. Now, when it comes to recommendation of your strategy, I want you to be a little bold. I want you to be creative. You have to pitch it to me. I'm your manager. You don't have to play it safe. Don't play it safe. I mean, when has anyone become successful by being safe? People who took the risk know that they're high rewards. And I want you to take the risk, but with some research. You can even counter the research too. You can say, this is how people have been doing things, but why? Why not try a different stance? Okay. Think about those companies that took a different stance and everyone else said you should never do that. And they did, and they proved everyone wrong. Apple launched a phone, and it wasn't even a telecommunication company. Think about that. Okay. And when I think about companies that go out of the way to create something so bizarre, like Yamaha was producing musical instrument, produced what do you call it, a motorcycle, a pretty successful motorcycle too. That's why the logo on Yamaha, have you seen it? Yamaha logo. Anyone rides a motorbike would probably know. These are tuning forks, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, these are tuning forks. Initially, and they also make motorcycles, and they go Yamaha, and I keep on thinking about how companies have diversified and how they showed up in different places because they took the risk and they thought an opportunity and they produced it. Okay, so you can think about that as well. Why shouldn't maybe Zara produce something new and radical and stick to their brand image as well? Even though Yamaha was making musical instruments, don't you think a musical instrument, the creation of it is so delicate? It is so fine. It requires amazing engineering. It's when you look at a beautiful craftsmanship, you probably appreciate the I would say the mastery of it more. And when they make something mechanical, you're like, yeah, these guys, they know what they're doing because they have finesse. Right? This is what I would think. Okay. And then, of course, to win people over is a whole different story. But, it's all about also creating association. You can do the same thing about creating association through promotion. What does Zara stand for now? We stand for feeling good about yourself. Okay. We're not like Nike never says that we sell shoes or sports clothing. Nike says it's about motivation. It's about the grind. So I want you guys to think about those things. Okay. So if you guys want to take a little break, fine. I'll pause here and then I'll come back for your questions. Okay. Is that okay, everyone?
Yeah, but I have a quick question.
How quick?
Do you think you could show us an example of like a report, like a perfect report?
Oh, I don't really have a perfect report.
Not perfect, but like what you expect. Like,
that's the problem. I deleted all of them.
oh
No, this is the thing. The example of a business plan or marketing plan is in your book. Did I show that to you guys?
no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you like pretty positive? Sure.
No, now I'm not sure.
Because I'm sure. I have mentioned it before. Look at all these books I've pirated.
Oh my God.
You want some?
That's a lie.
I read a lot, but I don't act. That's why I don't have that many followers on Instagram. Well, who's going to follow an ugly teacher anyway? Well, they do follow DJ Khaled. Okay. Yeah, sure he is. He has no talent. He has no talent. My students have more talent in their pinky finger than he does.
But he's smart though.
He has business managers. When you have money and you can throw it, like Kim Kardashian, or all these people who are the so-called influencers, they manage to, I would say,
yes.
take advantage of simple minds. This is all I can think of. Mm-hmm. I would rather be surprised. Let's say forget Kim Kardashian, all those people. These guys are popular. I'm talking about product life cycle. Like a band like Pink Floyd who rejected fandoms. You know what? Pink Floyd, at one point, their singer, Sid Barrett or Roger Water, one of the fans shouted at him, say, I love you. And his response was, he spat in the guy's face.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very famous. He's like, and they hated these sort of fandoms and groupies. And they were the opposite of Rolling Stones and the Beatles, who had groupies and girls running after them. Pink Floyd separated himself. And till this day, Pink Floyd is a powerhouse of rock music. When you hear the name Pink Floyd, it's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or if I dare say, even in like the rap music industry, there are some names that are almost forgotten to most of the young people, but MF Doom, Rakim, and names like those, even what's his name? Busta Rhymes. Okay, these guys are genuinely good, and they let their product remain as it is, or I would say their image. They didn't change it. Even what's her name? Nicki Minaj. Her
Yeah.
initial rapping was damn good, but she kind of watered herself down just to make more money. But I wouldn't say she's sold out. Maybe she needs the money.
But she's so authentically herself, though.
Yeah, she can be still strong, but I didn't know. I don't think she needed to do that, but her marketing team probably advised her to do something like this. Just like Ed Sheeran's first album was amazing. And then after like one album, I see him doing pop stuff. And I'm like, no, you were the chosen one. Why would you do it? But his team probably advised him. But this can also be a dangerous thing. It's glory for maybe a short term. And there are rock bands or rappers or pop musicians out there who survive for so long without changing their value proposition. And the survival comes from like, this is what my crowd wants. You don't have to be powerful. You have to have a higher conversion rate, which is loyal fans. So it kind of works. But yeah, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so in Appendix A1, I don't know if it's highly visible, but it's right at the end of the book, is your marketing plan. Okay, this can be very beneficial. This marketing plan, I can share the videos with you guys. I did for the MBA. It gives you an idea of how to write a report. Okay, this is a sample. Where's view? Here. Role of research firm. Let me give you like the executive summary, current marketing situation, market description, product reviews, STP, competitive review, but I don't want competitive review, okay? You have the 4 Ps review all the way. We have the SWOT analysis. I didn't ask for one, okay? By the way, I was uploading the SWOT analysis thing. Then we have the objectives for the years, then the marketing strategy. Now you can over here use this for, product pricing, place, and all those things. You can read up over here. And you don't have to do action program. Those are marketing campaigns. But it's only 3 pages long. But of course, if you copy paste this into an A4, it's going to probably be 10 pages. But go ahead, look at this. All right. There are other ways. What I'm trying to tell you is to take the risk of writing and not be afraid of the material you're producing. I've given you the structure. I've given you the idea how to think when writing. And do not fear that I'm going to be correcting your grammar. Do not fear that I'm going to be correcting your vocabulary. What I want to see is your objectivity. How well can you analyze a product, price, promotion, and place? The 4 Ps of marketing. At the same time, the STP it's just a current analysis. Segmentation, targeting, and positioning. The moment you walk into a store, the moment you look at a brand, I want you guys to think like a marketer. See, I used to make fun of my student who likes Beyonce all the time. I actually met her back in Paris. She's dating a French guy now. And she even mentioned, I know you used to make fun of Beyonce. I said, listen, I don't hate Beyonce. Okay, you have to understand Beyonce is supremely talented. It's just that I'm upset that she took a dive in the department of talent, where she can produce such amazing music. She comes up with single ladies. I mean, she could have been the next Freddie Mercury. That's how talented she is. Same with Mariah Carey. They were supremely talented. And I said, maybe the money felt more important to them. But then I look at people like Elton John, okay? I look at people like even Lady Gaga, and the way they have molded themselves over time. So, and, they kind of stayed alive. Even though they changed, they remain, their core product is the same. Okay. Someone said anything?
No.
Hello?
No one said anything.
Oh, okay. I heard my voice.
Mm.
Okay. So how about we take a 10-minute break, and I'll come back to all of you guys. And if you have any questions, please prepare them for the report. And maybe I can give you 10, 15 minutes to the break. And then let's discuss those questions. If there are no questions, I can end the session. Okay? Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. Only one answer. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording. Okay. And I will upload the recording afterwards onto YouTube, but it will take some time. Okay?
Okay.
All right. See you guys in 10, 15 minutes.